Welcome to Be the Light 365. I'm Pastor Jake. We're in Matthew chapter 19, verses 10 through 12 for our Bible study. And the disciples asked Jesus, is it not good to marry? Because the Pharisees before just asked him, is it good to, about divorce and all this? And Jesus tells them the only reason a divorce should be is for adultery and adultery only. That's the only reason. And so they ask him, well, is it good not to marry then? And he says, well, some people it is given, some people are eunuchs. Well, eunuch is someone who is a virgin, and some caused by men, because back then when a invading nation would invade a country, sometimes they made eunuchs of the men so they wouldn't populate. In other words, they'd kill the genealogy there, right then and there. Some of them, he said, for the kingdom's sake, you have priests now that do it. Paul talks about this. He talks about Peter and a lot of the disciples had wives, but him and Barnabas didn't. Well, that's because they gave their heart to God and they wanted to go. But he also said one thing. I love this quote. It's better to marry than it is to burn. Because we have lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. Jesus said even just looking on a woman with lust is committing adultery. So some people can handle it. Some people cannot. I have a friend. She decided she just didn't want to marry. She is not married. She doesn't want to date. She doesn't want that. She just wants to live, and that's a decision her and God had to make. So in the end on this right here, it's who God has given that extra little bit of faith to give them to get through this. Some people have that inside them. Some people don't. Like I said, Paul said the best way, it's better to marry than it is to burn.